Welcome to the Arsenal Video Club. Coming up in this, our first volume of the 92-93 campaign.
Well, we watched him when he played for Brøndby, and then I saw him quite a bit in Sweden in the European Championship, and I was very impressed with him. I liked he's very similar to an English type of player, in the same mould. Hopefully he's as good as a young informed Peter Reid, and I think that's a big compliment. If he could play like somebody like Peter Reid, I'd be more than delighted. But ideally, we want midfield to win the ball for us and supply for the exciting forwards we have.
I think I always say that England is the best league in the whole world, and it's very hard in England, so it's got to be difficult for me the first 2-3 months, I think, and then I come back and hopefully I can play a good game.
The hard-tackling Dane could become the focal point of the Gunners' midfield for years to come. 27 years old, John has had 2 spells with Danish club Brøndby and spent 2 years in the Bundesliga with Hamburg. But until this summer, this Danish star was virtually unknown in England.
John the Shot Jensen. No one knew anything, just in the paper one day, John's coming to Arsenal and that was it. But he's a good lad, fits in well.
One player who knows plenty about the new man is another member of Highbury's expanding Scandinavian contingent.
We haven't lost this year from January to May, and we had a bad time over Christmas, and hopefully we'll not have such a bad Christmas again, and I don't think we will. We have bought a good player now, John Jensen, so I think he will do a great job for Arsenal.
If the signing of John Jensen was a surprise, the sale of one of Highbury's favourite sons came as an even greater shock.
I think there is a lot of people sad, a lot of fans are sad, and not only fans. David was one of the most popular players with the fans and with the people within the club. Great lad to work with. One of the most difficult decisions I've had to make since I've joined the club. But that's our profession now. Players come and go. Players want new challenges, and I think David needed a new challenge, and he goes there with all our best wishes here. Very popular lad, and always be very welcome at Highbury again.
John Jensen cost Arsenal half the amount Leeds paid for Rocky, but that £1 million price tag will still weigh heavy.
Oh yeah, I hope I can make some good games to the fans, and hope I be very fair over them, and I hope maybe I make a goal like in the final, like Germany.
The Scandinavian theme continued on the Gunners' pre-season tour, this time in Norway. Several youngsters broke through, amongst them Ian Selly, Mark Flats and Paul Dickov. Results were mixed, 2 wins and a draw, and finally a visit to Bergen. The Brand Video Club pictures aren't the best we've seen, but they're good enough to make out Steve Bould's bid for a midfield place. A superb 30-yard through ball, and Kevin Campbell made no mistake. Less than a minute later, Campbell was on the mark again, rounding the keeper and making the game safe. A great start for the 22-year-old striker, who'll be looking to improve on last year's 14-goal tally.
I had a little virus out in Norway early on, but I got myself okay, and gladly I scored a few goals out there. There is a target I've set myself this season, but I'm not going to say.
Back on home soil, the Gunners were held to a goalless draw at Wolves, but got back to winning ways at Peterborough.
This is Limpar. Slightly overhit the cross, looking for Merson. Jensen now fighting for the ball for Arsenal. This is Winterburn. Merson. Hidden away rather disappointingly. And in turn, Peterborough give it away. Hillier. Now Campbell's after this one. Is this Arsenal's first goal? Yes, it is. Kevin Campbell on target after Hillier had put him through. And the athleticism here of Kevin Campbell, which will be such a feature of Arsenal this season, in evidence. Merson inevitably taking down his left-hand side. He's done ever so well. Plenty of options in the middle now for Merson, if he can utilise one. Limpar, Campbell. Limpar, that's a splendid goal. Well, the ball was pinballing around the Peterborough penalty area, but all to good effect as far as Arsenal were concerned. Merson ghosting into the inside left position. And look at this 1-2 here between Limpar and Campbell. It really was breathtaking. Still a 2-0 Arsenal lead. That's Smith with a layoff. Merson again, who's terrorised the Peterborough defence, is going all the way. Oh, that's a classy finish. Well, he can't expect Premier League defences to back off like that in the coming months. He was allowed to run fully 15 yards with the ball before angling that delicate chip. Not too much for the Peterborough fans to shout about. O'Shallery, yes, he's pulled one back. They have something to cheer now. Through the across. Limpar again. Oh, might come through to Smith. That's number 4. Limpar was looking for the goal. But Smith almost appeared to be offside here as Limpar struck this shot. He was lucky to get this rebound into his path, and he finished it accurately. Yeah. They're now pressing, looking for a second goal. It's a fine pass out to Peter Costello here, the substitute. Oh, good finish too! Well, they enjoyed that one here.
The 19th of May 1992 was the day the North Bank finally bowed to the necessities of football legislation. Down came decades of history. In its place, a building site. The Taylor Report insists that Arsenal erect a new stand. They're building the very best. And as ever, they've done it in an original way.
We decided that we wanted to camouflage the building works, and we didn't think it was too sightly to be seeing cement mixers and earth movers and cranes. And we thought it would be useful if we could add a little bit of atmosphere to it, because there's nothing worse, I think, for the players than to be playing into what could be virtually deemed as a bit of a cemetery of an area. So we decided to camouflage that with a mural, and we thought, what better than to depict an artist's impression of what the new stand will really look like, and that's what we have done. In the mural itself, built in some loudspeakers, and that beams back the sound from the South Bank. So hopefully if the South Bank make a lot of noise, that'll reverberate into the North Bank.
Behind the mural, everything's running to schedule. The new stand should be ready for the start of next season, and it promises to live up to expectations.
That stand, we hope, will be the finest in Europe. It's going to be a 12,500 all-seater stand, and it will have modern food concourses, it's going to have a museum in it, and we believe it'll be something special. We've always got to be able to compete with Real Madrid and Benfica and AC Milan. They're our targets.
Is it sucking in balloons?
Welcome to the Arsenal Photo Call, an event the players look forward to as much as the visit of Wimbledon. Just think, the chance to pose for dozens of press photographers. Aren't they lucky? It's a busy day, primping and preening for the cameras and doing the odd interview.
He's very good. He's obviously very hard to tell in training in the few games that we've actually had. He gets through a hell of a lot of work. That's one thing you can say. Like I say, it's gonna be hard for him, but I'm sure the governor's picked a winner. So let's hope he does well.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for my hat. Too sexy for my hat. What you think about that? I'm a model, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. Yeah, I shake my little tush on the catwalk. I'm too sexy for my cat. Too sexy for my cat. Poor pussy. Poor pussy cat. I'm too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me. And I'm too sexy for this song.
2 days to go to the big kick-off and a typical English summer's day at the Arsenal training camp.
On the agenda is we're actually going to have a 20 minutes with the kids this morning. What a big game. Yeah, just with the...
There's a chance to meet your new teammates.
That's what I thought, yeah, alright. I thought, yeah, alright.
Time to compare holiday stories. Check out your new boots. And search for the old ones.
I've got mine done. That's what you call it.
But uppermost in everyone's mind is the opening day of the new Premier League.
Because it's us, they always seem to lift their game. They always lift their game because it's us. So
looking forward to it so much. It's going to be a bit strange without the North Bank, but hopefully if the other three stands could get us going, I reckon we'll win the game.
Without being spectacular, just stay at your job, just want it and supply.
Yep, Norwich is not going to be easy. It's nice to be at home, even if it is in front of 8,000 painted faces. But you know, it's going to be. I think it'll be a good game for everyone.
So let's get in the good habits right from the off ball day, Tony. But Anders, try not to stop it. Try to keep the ball flowing, pass it, or run with the ball. Keep the ball moving forward if we can.
Whoa! Well done, Anders. Hey, free kick, lads.
Not surprisingly, Arsenal are the bookmakers' choice for the title. How are they coping with the weight of expectation?
Complete my 20th pre-season. I can tell you it feels my 20th anyway, so but yeah, you always get excited, and hopefully this season will be a big season for us. It'd be lovely to win a third championship medal here. It'd be absolutely fantastic for the club, for yourself, for the fans, everybody. It'd be brilliant. I think we have a great chance of doing that, and that's the thing everybody sets out to achieve. It's the #1 prize, and let's hope we'll be talking here in May after achieving it.
The last 6 years we've had good success, we've had more disappointments, but that's football life. You're not going to be continually up at the top all the time. We'd like to be, but no, I'm very positive. We've got a good squad of players, honest. A little bit disappointing last season, even though we finished with a great run. But we've got the players here. There's no reason why anybody should feel anything other than really optimistic, seeing lots of goals, good exciting football, and hopefully win some silverware.
The Gunners' first game got off to a flying start, but like the pre-match entertainment, came to earth with a bump.
Back to Dixon before it's fired forward again. Plenty of options here for Arsenal. Campbell. Oh, a good run by Campbell. Oh, a good stop too by Gunn. Needed to chip it over the goalkeeper then. The speed here of Campbell was really noticeable. Still 0-0. That Norwich defence now on red alert. Campbell got a good flick on. Adams! That certainly would have been spectacular. Adams found a way through. Goss couldn't get anywhere near him. Adams gets it wide to Winterburn. A little bit of space perhaps for Winterburn. Oh, wasn't far away. And Smith was there. If anything, should have dropped in his back. Still happy to get it clear. Fox can't control it. Ilya. Now this is Campbell. This surely now is 1-0. Butterworth got back. Oh, quite a let-off there for Norwich City. And Kevin Campbell knows that his finish should have been much more firmly struck than this. Did everything right, took it round Gunn, and a weak finish at the end of it. Dixon. Campbell appeals for the free kick off Goss. And Arsenal a little opportunity to turn the screw on Norwich City again. Winterburn to take this free kick. Well, Norwich were well aware of the aerial threat of Tony Adams and Adam Smith there, but they forgot all about this. Jensen. Lee Dixon here. He should have scored earlier when he took the ball with that splendid finish. Makes it 2-0. Winterburn. Again allowed to run a long way. And twice now he's tested Gunn from that sort of range. Splendidly struck shots. Winterburn. Options here, Limpar trying to get it wide of Bowen. He's done so too. Limpar again. Smith arriving. Well, between them, Limpar and Smith almost combined effectively to make it 3-0 for Arsenal. Bowen, under increasing pressure, couldn't keep out the Swede. And when his shot came back from Gunn, Smith was the first to react. Fair-looking cross. Good horizontal save by Gunn to deny Alan Smith a headed goal. Newman, that's a free kick to Norwich City. Winterburn certainly made contact. David Seaman hasn't had too much to do in the Arsenal goal. I'm sure he'd like it to continue like that for the remainder of the game. Mark Robins scores on his Norwich City debut. Could reproduce the sort of form they displayed in the opening 45 minutes. Amazing finish! Smith almost won that one for Arsenal. And Henry then for Blackburn Rovers. Options here for Blackburn. Winterburn will win that, just about. This is Limpar. Campbell has made a great run to his left. If he can find him, he can. He's round Mims, that's a penalty. Oh, Joe Worrell says play on. The referee has denied Arsenal a spot kick here. Well, there certainly seemed to be contact between Bobby Mims in the Blackburn goal and Kevin Campbell. Wilcox. Ripley. Nice turn of pace by Ripley. Shearer, Newell. Is he onside? The Blackburn fans don't think so. The linesman thinks otherwise. That's not going to count. They can argue all they want. Well, they are helping it wide. Limpar. Great run by Limpar. It's the wrong side of the upright as far as Arsenal were concerned. And that really was a sturdy challenge by Shearer. Here is Shearer now, took a deflection, it's there! 5 minutes to go and Alan Shearer scores his third of the season.
Thomas, it might break Limpar's way. 3 in the middle for Arsenal. Jensen making it 4. And well held by James. Winterburn. Campbell, he's a handful when he runs. And he's running. And the shot just soared away into the cop.
But that's what I like about him. The ball came to him there and he's got his back to goal, 30 yards from goal. Look at that, but he wants to turn and get at the Liverpool defence. Shouldn't have been allowed to, overruns it there. Matt Wright mistimes his tackle, but he just screws the ball wide. Well, but again, it's a little tester for Liverpool.
Campbell! Well, he certainly knows where the goal is.
Yeah, good off either side. And again, watch the way he uses his body strength here. Gets himself between Burrows and the ball. And David James, I think, quite happy to see that one come straight at him. But what good handling.
Here's Walters. It's a match of fine margins, this one. But Arsenal clearly do believe that they can win it. And what a place to get your first win, should it materialise after 2 defeats. Parlour.
I will give the big man the benefit of the doubt and go and say he knew exactly where that one was going. Looked like he was just going to pluck it. Then he watches it comes over. Looks like he's just going to take it away and then just... Oops, it's very close, but he knew exactly his angles there.
Yes, Ray Parlour, as you saw in that replay, was looking into the centre where Ian Wright was making his run. And it slewed away off the outside of the right foot, skewed. It's not where David James expected it to arrive. Arsenal have lost only 2 of the last 8 league meetings between these two great rivals. Limpar, Jensen, Hillier square of him. Hillier's only league goal came against Liverpool. That was at Highbury. Tanner very determined against Dixon, who tried to match him for that, and it's off Lee Dixon for a goal kick.
I think the Arsenal fans incensed there with Nicky Tanner. I think they're pretty sure that was as good a 2-footed tackle as you're likely to see. But he certainly was determined to make the ball his.
Adams. Off goes Campbell. Trying to get the wrong side of Tanner from Liverpool's point of view. Parlour. And Parlour will get to it again. And here's Limpar. Lines it up. Finds the net. Arsenal are in front.
Well, if that doesn't make him feel better, nothing will.
We're in the 8th minute of the second half. And Arsenal have come to Anfield believing they can win. Increasing the challenge, and they're in front.
Oh, Ray Parlour does ever so well, doesn't he? Makes sure he catches it and drills it across. David James can't cut it out, but how's that for precision finishing? Not much of a gap. Just watch the gap that Anders Limpar has to hit here. There's hardly any of the goal to see, but doesn't he pick his spot beautifully?
George Graham, who felt that his team would find a weakness in the Liverpool defending. And it was drilled in by Limpar. Here's Hillier. 1 to aim for up front. And he might just have found him. Ian Wright. And Merson is free if he can get it across the face. And he has done. Paul Merson. Oh, that's a terrific save. The game could have been beyond Liverpool then. But David James has kept them in it.
But what a great ball from young David Hillier. That was a magnificent crossfield pass. Wasn't just clubbing it upfield, but picked Ian Wright out. His pace posed Nicky Tanner all sorts of problems. And that's appreciation of your teammates. Ian Wright might have been forced to shoot. But look for Paul Merson, who was thwarted by a great save from David James.
Parlour. It's his ball again. Oh, and once more we rise in admiration to David James. Parlour trying to put it on a plate for Wright.
Yeah, I think you would have been expected to say that, David James. Ray Parlour again, though, the one that causes the problems. George Graham said he wanted his team more committed, more physical, and Ray Parlour certainly showed that aspect there.
And shows he's got some skill on the ball. It's Merson beyond the far post, beyond Rob Jones. And he tried to place it across James, who reached it. It was a subtle try from Merson, similar position to Limpar's goal. Different approach and not quite the same end product. Parlour. Tanner was a bit slow to react, and Parlour seized the initiative, and again James. Oh, he is keeping Liverpool afloat when they could have been sunk beyond trace.
Oh, those are two great saves, especially the first one from Paul Merson. John Salako mentioned at half-time, he's got the longest arms he's ever seen in a goalkeeper, and he certainly put them to good use at that situation.
And at the moment, the greatest satisfaction for Graham Souness is in the investment in the transfer market in that respect, rather than the way his outfield players are coping with their task at the moment. Parlour to the fore again, right against right. And it's Ian. Oh, it's wide! Well, if Arsenal don't win this game, they will kick themselves, really.
Oh, they could have put it beyond them, couldn't they? There's a clash there. The two rights there gone back, both internationals. But it's Ian who's got all the answers there. Picks his spot and is just fractionally wide.
Well, all the answers except one. Manaman, Winterburn's there. Parlour, very impressive. Ian Wright is away, there's no flag. Wright even stopped with theirs with 11 minutes to go.
Well, I'd like to have another look at this, I really, really would. Ian Wright made 2 runs, he went, he checked, came back, Ray Parlour delayed it, pushed him through again. It was a very, very tight one. Here we go again, there he stops. Tried to play off, Nicky Tanner tries to play him off. I think in that situation he's online. David James doesn't get the luck perhaps his performance says he deserves, and Ian Wright certainly gets the goal. He looks at the linesman, he knows he's through. Goalkeeper goes down and he lifts it. What you should always do in that situation.
Well, George Graham asking for more, but he must be very pleased. The Arsenal players know that he's a difficult man to satisfy, but the satisfaction of a genuine nature. Ian Wright is back in business, the thigh strain and the sprained ankle out of his mind.
And I think ominous signs really from the Premier League with this Arsenal performance.
Now Burrows. Rosenthal. Limpars there, here's Merson. Every time Arsenal have the ball in this position, you feel they might manufacture a chance. Campbell trying to lay it back this time to Wright. He's got it in any case. Campbell. He's waltzing through, and he's put it wide. Oh. All the difficult work was behind him, it seemed.
That certainly could have been one of the goals of the season, couldn't it? Brilliant run from Kevin Campbell. Did everything right but finish it.
Once more, Ken Redfern is being very firm in terms of the clock with stoppage time, but he blows now, and Arsenal's season leaps into life at the expense of Liverpool. A great way to get going after 2 defeats. Ian Wright with the second goal, a contentious one perhaps. Arsenal have certainly risen to the Anfield challenge.
Well, to come here and get a result like that after the 2 disappointing results we've had so far, it's quite fulfilling. We're really pleased with it. I think it was a good team effort. It's a long season, you know. We're not bothered by that. We've had 2 bad results, now we've had a good one, and we're just going to try and build on that, you know. I'm pleased personally because, you know, my injury's been bothering me, and I've kept the physio away from his missus and that, you know. She can have him back now. I'm just glad to be back, really.
The youth side have got off to another good start. Only 1 defeat so far, and they're riding high in the South East Counties League. Pat Rice's youngsters have also made progress in the Floodlit Cup. Amongst the reserves victories, one to savour in the second team derby at White Hart Lane. John Bacon opened the scoring 6 minutes from time. And although Tottenham's cameraman appears to have been filming from a helicopter, you can just about make out Steve Clements taking advantage of Spurs' defensive confusion. 2-0 to Arsenal. Elsewhere, however, the second team's results have been mixed. The ladies have made a great start in the National Premier League, a 2-0 win over Millwall's Lionesses. 4 on a Saturday afternoon. Normally, you'd expect the clock end to be in full cry.
Action. Oh, just ease off, fellas. We just want the camera
Today,
back.
there's a crowd, but with a real difference.
Oh, we'll call the police. That's what?
The cast and crew of Australian soap Neighbours are at Highbury filming a London special, although the main characters are, as yet, unknown to a British audience.
What you lot up to?
Cut. Good one. The two characters that we've got over here, who are here with us now, are new people, two new faces that you won't see on for another couple of another 6 months, I think. Dan Felson and Marnie Rees-Wilmore. The reason that they get to Arsenal football ground is that there's a chase sequence where one of the young kids, one of the young supporters of Arsenal, gets into a bus, and our kids get into a taxi and follow them through the streets of London, and only to end up at the grounds here, the sacred turf of Arsenal football ground. We thought this was as English as you can get, as English as Buckingham Palace.
And Highbury can be as difficult to get into as Buck House, particularly when you haven't got the hang of those black cab locks.
Okay, once more. Put in the second lock on the cars.
The plot revolves around a stolen camera, but as ever in Neighbours, a touch of parental guidance does the trick.
We've got a few family problems, you know what I mean? His brother's a bit poor.
You understand, we just want the camera, that's all. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I'm gonna belt you.
You're dead meat, son.
Okay, let's try it again from the top.
Yeah.
Everyone ends up firm friends, and our Antipodean cousins are treated to standing places at an Arsenal home game. As you can see, the attendance is disappointing.
I'm going to make 20 people look like a huge crowd. I shouldn't be telling you this secret. You said this is part of the illusion that I should be trying to create. 20 people. We'll intercut that with actual stock footage of a game where we have crowd shots. And I'll pack in my 20 extras with our characters and just make it look as if there's a game in progress.
We had a try, and it's not easy. Could you tell the difference? Yes, so could we. The Arsenal episode will go out in about 18 months. Bet you can't wait. Until then, at least we all know that Arsenal, in true Neighbours style, have made one good friend.
Because it's the first soccer venue I've ever been to. So I'm hooked, I suppose. I'm done. I'm an Arsenal fan. You can quote me on it.
Back with the first team now, and a midweek visit from Oldham.
Good distance on that one too. Campbell got the flick on. Problems here for Oldham. Important save that time by Holworth to deny Merson. The height of Campbell is always going to be a problem to Oldham Athletic. So it proved on that occasion. Can Arsenal produce here? Right. Parler now. Is it inside or outside the penalty area? Ray Parler definitely fouled. Here's Winterburn. Oh, great finish by Nigel Winterburn. 25 minutes in, Arsenal have the lead, and their fullback is giving it to them. It's one straight from the practice ground. right. It is close control to get him clear of Henry there. Hilliard, Campbell. If he can look up, he'll find a colleague. Wasn't a great finish by Merson. Needed to meet that with his left foot rather than his right. Morrow now. Good opportunity for Arsenal. They'll make it 2-0. Marshall got to that one first, but hasn't got there a second time. Campbell now. Easy heading for Wright. And Arsenal's two strikers combine ever so well there. A mistake by Ian Marshall opened up Oldham's defence. Marshall did well to win the first header, but slipped there. Allowed Campbell in, and there was Wright, goal poacher supreme. Adams up for this one. Mason takes it short, and then delivers the cross. How on earth did they miss that? Adams should have scored there. Athletic. Arsenal have the free kick, they take it quickly, Parler's in. That's number 3. Hirsch should win this one. Hasn't managed to do so though. This is Merson then for Arsenal. Winterburn. Wilson almost won it back for Sheffield Wednesday. Hillier now. Dixon again opts to go wide. Waiting there is Wright. Oh, Merson missed it. Parler. 8 minutes in, Arsenal have the lead. Wright, the author of the goal, and Ray Parler with that splendid finish. Well, they wanted to attack Sheffield Wednesday down the flanks, and this is why. Seaman struggling to get there. Now Bart Williams almost fight it in. It's broken free to Jonny Jensen here. Merson calling for the ball. Eventually gets it. Options ahead of him, including Wright and Campbell. Oh, Lee Dixon tried the volley, comes through to Parler. Hillier. Oh, they appeal for offside. Linesman's flag stayed down. That header by Wright would have counted had it found the target. Williams. Great covering tackle. Plenty of Arsenal players forward here. Campbell calling for the ball. Shetliff back, but couldn't get there. And how about that for a finish by Paul Merson? That really international class. Sheffield Wednesday were waiting for the cross. Merson applied the finishing touch. It was an awful tackle. Steve Gold, very, very late. Rob Williams knocks it in. Hurst. Yes, it's crept in. Hurst might have injured himself in scoring it, but Sheffield Wednesday are back into the game. Arsenal need a third goal now to clinch it. Actually got clear, only as far as Jensen. Merson's cross. Oh, they all hesitated, and Adams couldn't find a way through. Merson has had a good game for Arsenal, and here he is again, drifting past the challenge of Wilson, and that of Nielsen. Oh, and draws a good save.
Yeah, I was lucky today. I done all right because I haven't been playing well this season, and a good game today. And I've got half a chance now of being in the squad.
We know that we've got quite a good squad, and we just have to roll our sleeves up and just get going. And we've done it against Liverpool, and hopefully we can keep doing it now and build on the 2 results we've had after that.
Obviously, we don't go from title contenders to bottom of the league, doing wrong things kind of thing. We've just got a few things right and worked a bit more on our game.
Adams. Wilkins won it for Queen's Park Rangers. Here's Wright now. Followed up. Smith got it down. Wright. Oh, great save. Well, the finish wasn't all it should have been. The build-up there by Arsenal, highly impressive. Wright first to react with that chip. The goalkeeper was always stretching. So too was Campbell in the end. Fowler. Wilson made a sturdy challenge. He was rather fortunate to win his side the throw. Wilson wants to go back, but Wright's there! Wrong side of the uprights. Wrong idea by Clive Wilson. What was the fullback thinking about? Ian Wright's had one thought on his mind, giving Arsenal the lead. Took a deflection towards Campbell. It still might go in. Yes, it has. Ian Wright does it again for Arsenal. Campbell scooped the ball into a vacant goal mouth. And there was Ian Wright. Bubble in front of him, but he found the target. He just stood up his man a little bit there, Holdsworth. Seaman uncertain, and Sanchez with an easy prod in to make it 1-1. Well, that's quite a ball. Surely Fashanu is offside. The linesman's flag has stayed down, and the Wimbledon supporters are celebrating. Corner now. What a rugged fight back it's been by Arsenal. Winterburn's cross. Oh, the goalkeeper's missed it. It's there! Ian Wright! He just can't stop scoring goals at the moment for the Gunners. Admittedly, it took him his stake, but who was there with a header? It has been an excellent game. Here's Fashanu. Oh, he scored! 4 minutes from time. That will be the winner.
Last season, we ran a feature on a day in the life of a young man on the road to success.
Being an apprentice is hard, it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, if you're good enough, then you make it, and it'll be all worthwhile.
it all became worthwhile for Ian Selly in the 8th game of 92-93. A first-team debut for the 18-year-old midfielder and yet another successful product of the Arsenal youth system.
Dixon, there's room to the left, good play from Dixon. Merson, Ian Wright outside him and found. Selly's got into the middle, Alan Smith, who operates well on the far post. Back for Parlour, he makes a better angle for himself. Smith, and again! Didn't really connect the first time, swept it towards the near post with the second attempt, but Mims saw it coming. Shearer also contributing to Blackburn defensively, but Merson comes up trumps. Paul Merson, it's well hit! And it gives the Highbury crowd, although they're on 3 sides rather than 4 of the ground, something to lift their spirits and to improve the quality of the game so far. Smith. It's Selly. It comes from Merson. And, oh, well, no wonder Mims was scampering across his line then. It probably wasn't what Paul Merson had in his mind, but the ball dropped onto the frame of the goal. Merson really, I think, hoping to get the ball across the face, and he came even closer. Nice header by Parlour. It's a fine ball by Selly for Wright. May trying to hold him up, but he hasn't perhaps been able to do it. In fact, the help came from Moran in the end. Oh, Merson has picked a way through, and it looked as though the calmness was going to be rewarded with the opening goal, but Alan Wright made sure he didn't quite have the time that he thought he had. Merson takes it. Adams climbs, Smith was behind him, it was Smith's header that was plucked out of the air by Mims. Best spell of the game for the home side. Ripley to the right back here of Blackburn Rovers, David May. Oh, Newell, yes! Kenny Dalglish delighted by a sweeping attack, rounded off by Newell. With 21 minutes left, and a raid down the right by David May, and Newell lost Adams but got to the ball and tucked it in.
8 games in and Arsenal a disappointing 9th, but a good run of form would put them right back in it. Last time we asked you to take your pick in our Goal of the Season competition. The goals were judged by a man who's part of Highbury folklore, Ray Kennedy. Here's his choice. No one got the correct order, L, B and H. Most of you went for Anders Limpar's goal against Liverpool. The closest entry, and winner of an all-new Arsenal kit, Mr. Simon Osmond of North Devon. Well done. This time there's a chance to win an old kit, a replica of that worn by the famous 1930s side. All you have to do is tell us which club rejected Ray Kennedy before he joined Arsenal. Answers to the usual address and entries no later than the 1st of December, please. We'll leave you with the highlight of the season so far, that brilliant win at Anfield. See you next time.